All right, welcome back. Look who's with us right now. You probably recognize this guy. He's a very familiar face. After all, he is one of the founding fathers of the Ottawa Senators. How cool is that? Bruce Firestone.
Dylan,
nice to see you.
How are you?
It's wonderful to see you again.
Good to see you too.
I know you and I have interacted a bunch over the years.
We have.
And going back about 3-4 years ago, you came into one of my radio shows in town.
Yeah.
I was all like fangirling over you, if that's okay.
Well, okay.
Because I remember
I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, I remember back in the 1990s watching as the Ottawa Senators started unfolding.
You would have been pretty young then.
I guess I was
It
early
is a full
teenager.
generation ago now.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
That's exciting. That whole process, of course. I mean, do you still relive that from day to day?
I do not. I only relive it when people ask me about it because, you know, one of the things I found about life is if you want to at least feel young, you have to sort of live in the moment, live for the present, look to the future. But when people ask me about it, I certainly do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And now you're an amazing person. You've been an amazing person for years, but you've been selected. You've been selected as one of the amazing people.
The amazing people are the people I work with, and the fact that I got nominated is very nice. But the people I work with, you know, Dylan, I coach a lot of people in their 20s, 30s, and 40s, and so I still think I'm in my 20s.
You still look like you're in your 20s.
Oh, really?
For sure.
Thank you. I'm coming back.
Black Sheep Developments?
Yeah.
What exactly is Black Sheep Developments?
So the founder of that is Brian Dagenet from Dagenet Properties, a fabulous young mind and developer. And he has this idea, this plan, which is to completely reinvent an industry. Mm-hmm. And the industry that he selected was to reinvent the training industry. So his first client is Tumblers Gymnastics, one of the top, I think, 4 or 5 gymnastics clubs in Ontario. They have, I think, 3,000 kids that they train. Mm-hmm. And so they're going to build in Orleans on Mer Bleu a fantastic Douglas Cardinal designed building that when it's unveiled, I think the unveiling's coming up next week, will blow people away. It's kind of the Palladium times 2.
Really?
Yeah, people know what the Palladium is.
I remember the Palladium.
You do, but it is
opened,
now Canadian Tire Centre.
Yeah, it opened, what was it, 1991, 2?
Well, we unveiled the Palladium design with Gino Rossetti. Gino is the architect of record for the Palace of Auburn Hills, where the Detroit Pistons play. And he designed that, and the sister building, or the brother building, is the Canadian Tire Centre. And it's interesting to note that his son, Matt Rossetti, also an architect from Detroit, actually had a huge hand in the Sens bid for LeBreton Flats, and that design that they've done, the urban design that they've done for LeBreton Flats, is world class. Mm-hmm. So everything old is new again. It came back full circle,
which is incredible. So if we go back all those years when, so obviously you had a hand in building the Palladium.
Yeah,
I still like to call it that.
There you go.
And you look at it today. I mean, it's still as beautiful as ever.
Well, you know, it is a little bit dated. These buildings do, you know, they do have their time and their lifespan, and you know, people ask me, how do I feel about, you know, the Sens moving downtown? I think it's a great idea. I would have put it on LeBreton Flats way back, but Gene Pickett, who was the chair of the NCC, said, no, we're going to, you know, build maybe a new Supreme Court of Canada building and a new museum, which turned out to be the War Museum. But I think the NCC has had a change of heart, and they really want this site to be animated. And one of the central features of that would be a new arena. So I'm fully in support of that.
What do you think of this picture that we're showing here? We're going back a couple of years on this one.
Yeah, I'm embarrassed because, you know, my mother told me, Dylan, when I turned, you know, 39, that I was really kind of 78 years of age, older than her. She said, hockey years are 2 for 1. So on my right, at left, as we look at that, that's Frank Finnegan, number 8. His number is retired in the Canadian Tire Centre, and he came down to Palm Beach in 1990 to help us get a National Hockey League team. And he said to the president of the NHL, you give those boys in Ottawa a chance, and sure enough, they did.
And here's another flashback as well. With
that is a flashback. I had hair back then. On my right, at left as we look at it, that is Randy Sexton, one of my co-founders. And just behind me, on the right as we look at it, is Cyril Leader. And so these are the co-founders with me, Cyril and Randy. And of course, Randy is now working in the National Hockey League for another team, and Cyril is moving on to new things.
That's exciting. It's fun to look back at that, but I mean, obviously you're looking forward.
Well, let's look forward.
Yes, because you know, you've been around the world, obviously, traveled around the world, and now you're part of this gala that's taking place Saturday, October 21st. What is it about Ottawa that is full of so many caring individuals?
Right. Well, you know, not just Ottawa, but Canada kind of puts an elastic band on people. You know, some of my students, when they would graduate, they would say, Prof, I'm headed to someplace anywhere warmer than Ottawa. I think we're colder than any other capital city other than Ulaanbaatar, right, in Mongolia. And so you'd wave goodbye, and they'd go down to Chicago, which isn't really that much warmer, or LA, and, you know, whatever. And 5 years later, they'd be back. So why do people come back? Why do people come back to Ottawa? What is it that brings people back to Ottawa and to Canada? And I think what it is, Dylan, is this is a country, it's kind of in me too now. I've been here for a long time, since 1983. It's in me in the sense that everybody here, all of these communities, different races, religions, creeds, colors, every kind of person, everybody accepts everybody else. Everybody gets along. The only thing that we look for is this a good person? Is this a trusted person? Can we trust this person? And beyond that, we don't care. And that may be unique in a very tribal world.
When did you find out you were selected as the top 40?
Well, I'm so far behind on my email, I had no idea. And then I think Timothy told me, or Brian Dagenet told me, and I said, oh, great, what is that?
Yeah.
And I really don't feel like I'm an amazing person. Like I said, the people I work with, these young people, they are doing amazing things. Well, I'm their coach.
And you're very humble, and I love that after all of your successes, of course, but I mean, decades of helping out our community.
Yeah, I mean, I've helped 300 startups in Ottawa, some of them technology, some of them entertainment, you know, obviously many real estate. And you know, the most important thing in our community, any community, any town, any village, any city, is their young people. And can we give people job opportunities and opportunities to create world-class companies? And I think the answer, when you look at young people running Shopify and you look at some of the other great companies that we're seeing in Ottawa, I think the answer is yes. And I saw some stats the other day, like Ottawa-Gatineau has 750,000 full-time jobs. That's incredible. And 1.468 million people live in Ottawa-Gatineau. That's the biggest secret in Canada.
I think you're an amazing person. I've been a fan of yours for many years, and we always appreciate you being a part of any event that I do. I see you kicking around somehow, so you're helping out a lot of people.
Well, I thank you for thanking me.
Fair enough. AmazingPeople.ca for more details. The gala is October 21st. Thank you, Bruce Firestone.
Thank you.
And more Amazing People coming up next, right here on Daytime.